This is Mike Regan of GamingRing.com with Corey Ladesma. This is Senior Creative Manager, THQ. Tell us a little bit about Smackdown Vs Raw 2009.
Wow, Mike, there's so much to talk about. That's kind of a vague question. I'll start from the top, though. Really, when we're talking about this franchise, it's our 10th game in the series. Very big milestone for us. We're very excited about that. So with that said, we wanted to make sure that the core game itself is very high quality. So there's a core game and there's these splash features that we talk about each year, what's new in the game, but the core game is very important as well. So fans can definitely expect some big improvements to the core game. Loading times, first and foremost, we're making some drastic cuts to loading times. Right now, we're over 50% cuts in loading time, and we're still working hard to cut that down. So fans can definitely expect faster loading times in the game. Also, we're improving the AI. We rebuilt the AI system from the ground up. So really, we want the AI to be a lot more intelligent, a better human, realistic-looking or feeling human opponent in the ring, and we also want to make sure that they act like the superstars. Undertaker, when you're fighting him, we want to make sure that the AI is acting more like Undertaker, that he knows that he needs to pull off the old school move, and that he needs to figure out how to get his opponent in position to pull off that move. So you'll see some changes in the AI this year as well. Commentary is another area that we're improving. We know that commentary could be a little repetitive, and we want to cut down on line repetition. We also want to have a lot of play-by-play calling going on as well. And then there's some other areas like animation and hit detection that we're looking to improve as well. So there's a core side of the game we want to improve, but then there's also the big features that we're adding. And that's what I think all the fans really want to know. What new features are we adding? And really, we have a lot. We have an overhaul of the tag team match. So tag team match is being built from the ground up. We got a lot of new abilities and functions and features in that match. And we really focused on three things. The first thing is working as a team. In the past games, you don't really work as a team. It's really like you're solo, I tag you in, you do your solo thing, and I wait till you come back. And that's not really fun. So we're encouraging more teamwork in the match. That means you're going to have a momentum bar that's linked together. You guys are sharing the same momentum bar, and instead of earning finishers, you're earning double team finishers. So it encourages you to work more as a team and encourages more in and out tagging. Because if your partner's not doing well, you're not doing well. So it's very important that you work as a team. The next thing is the illegal partner. When you're sitting on the apron, there's not a whole lot to do in the past games, and it gets a little boring. So we really wanted to blow that out this year. We have a lot of new abilities as the illegal partner of what you can do. This year you can distract the referee. You can grab a hold of the referee. You can distract him, and that lets your partner go ahead and do some illegal actions. You can go ahead and grab a hold of him and let your partner wail on him. You can go ahead and drop down the top rope during an Irish whip and let him go flying over. A lot of new cool actions like that gives you something to do. You can even rally the crowd up where you'll see him clapping his hands or banging the turnbuckle, getting the crowd into it. You also gain momentum from that. So really, we recognize that the illegal partner is kind of, there's not a whole lot to do. This year, we really wanted to give them a lot more stuff that they can do. And the last thing is the drama. There needs to be drama in a tag team match. And so we really wanted to deliver upon that. So we're adding a hot tag feature, which is really like a momentum swing. At any time in the match, when your opponent is down and out, he's crawling to the ropes and he's reaching for that tag. He can hit the tag, and his partner comes in and just goes crazy, knocking out everyone, can do a finisher. So really it gives a whole new element of a comeback in the match. And then we also have blind tag. So, if your partner is not cooperating with you and doesn't want to tag back in, you can go ahead and just blind tag him. A lot of cool new features like that.
Now, you mentioned the tag team is a big impact in this game. How many new tag team moves are in this year's game?
We are planning on having over 30 double team moves in the game. Now, we can't give the exact number because we're still trying to cram in as many as we can, but I can definitely say over 30 double team moves in the game. These are brand new moves that we motion captured for this year.
And that's including in addition to the old moves from the previous games?
That's correct. In addition to the old moves you have in the game. So we're talking about having a lot of double team moves this year.
Now, last year, one of the big selling points of the game was the Superstar fighting styles. Does that make a return in 2009?
The Superstar fighting styles is definitely making a return, and not only that, is getting some improvements. We're going to overhaul the fighting style feature. We're going to add a bunch of new fighting styles, and we're not detailing exactly what's going to happen with that, but definitely want the fans to know that that's not going away. We love the fighting styles. It was a big hit with the fans. We want to expand upon that a little bit more with 2009.
How differently does the game play with the new AI from last year's game? Is there a huge noticeable experience?
The plan is definitely for it to be a noticeable difference between the AI from last year and this year. And really, since we're building it from the ground up, that means all our AI code from last year is not even in the game. So definitely going to play differently. And we wanted to make sure it's very smart and intelligent, because nothing more frustrating than your partner not doing what he's supposed to do, not helping you out. So we definitely want to also make it challenging for a more experienced user. Mike, you know better than anyone that we have some very diehard fans out there. They're really good at the game, and they need to have a competitive outlet in there with the AI. So it's definitely going to play much smarter and much differently than last year.
Is there any plans currently on what you did last year, having each individual console different unique features?
Relatively, the consoles are going to stay relatively the same as far as Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, and PSP. There'll be some minor differences, just like every year there are. But, the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo DS are completely different experiences. We're really excited about those experiences because we had kind of our freshman effort on it. Now we have this great sophomore effort where we're able to blow out the feature sets for both of those SKUs. So really, the core SKU, which are the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, they'll be relatively the same with some small differences. But the Wii and the DS will be completely different.
Now, one of the big complaints from the fans last year for 2008 was the roster size. What can you give us an estimate of how big the roster will be increased by, percent-wise?
I can't give you a number. The only thing I can say is that it's definitely bigger than last year. So I'm not saying only a little bit bigger. I'm not saying slightly. I'm saying it's definitely bigger than last year. So we totally understand the fans want a big roster. We understand that completely. And sometimes there's reasons why we can't deliver it. This year, we're definitely going to make an effort to deliver a very big roster.
Now let's talk about the creative finisher mode. That's a new feature this year. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Creative finisher mode is very exciting because I know it's something the fans have been asking for. It's kind of very cool to think about when you start imagining what kind of finisher can I create in the game. I really want to check that out, and we're really striving to make the mode so that you can create any move imaginable, and we really want to have a lot of animations in there. So we're talking about over 500 animations you can link together to create your finishing move. And we're trying to do it from a lot of different positions, a lot of different holds, as well as mixing in taunts if you want as well. So creative finishing mode is kind of a big task for us, a big challenge, but something that we're really, really trying to hit home. And we know that, it's got a lot to live up to, and we really want to deliver that. And what's really great about it is it can be used anywhere in the game. Online, Road to WrestleMania mode, exhibition, everywhere you can use it. Not only that, you can put it on your WWE superstars. So instead of just creative superstars, you can put it on John Cena if you want to give him a brand new version of the FU. You can do that.
Can you share with us some of the most creative usage of the creative finisher that you've seen in the office?
We see some pretty cool moves in the office. We're really trying to strive to have animations in there from moves that no one's ever seen before, because if it's just moves that you see in the WWE, what's fun about creating that? You want to see moves that you haven't seen before or you've seen in other places. We want you to be able to create those moves. So that's been the really exciting thing because we're trying to implement animations that support new moves that you haven't seen before. So it's really cool because we're seeing moves that are like, whoa, I've never seen that before. And a lot of them, we get to take a little bit creative freedom and make them a little bit more powerful and painful than what you see in the WWE. So I think fans will be able to create some really mind-boggling moves as far as how much pain they look like they deliver. So I think fans will be really excited about that. But some of the moves we've seen is, the former Eddie Guerrero had his 3 amigos, and we've been able to do stuff like do 10 amigos in one and really just do multiple moves like that and really funny stuff like that. Those have been really humorous moves. But then we also have a lot of new original moves that we've never seen before. And kind of hard to describe, but something that fans will be able to see later on when we start to blow out that feature even more.
Now, there is a move that every single question, every single game that you've released, I get asked. There's a certain Canadian move, Canadian flipping pile driver. Will that be in this year's game?
I can't comment on what moves will be in the game. I'm sure you get asked that every single time.
Every single time.
And I can't comment on whether it's going to be in the game or not. The fans will just have to find out when they pick up the game and play it. I hope we deliver something the fans want, and I really feel confident that there's going to be plenty of options for them to create any move imaginable. I'm really confident in that. So I think we're going to be able to deliver a mode that fans will be really excited about.
Can you talk a little bit about the downloadable content?
Yes, we're not revealing too much as far as what content will be downloadable, but we are offering downloadable content, and the goal behind that is to be able to update your experience after you purchase the game. and as well as offer some new content that keeps the game fresh. So, from your experience in the past, the fans complain about something being outdated. This is an opportunity for them to update their experience. So we're not detailing exactly what it is, but I think fans can use their imagination.
Corey, thank you for talking with us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.